Welcome back, everybody. This is episode number 9 with Besties on the Deck, and as always, I am Tish.
And I'm Blossom.
So today we wanted to just kind of go over
Halloween.
the last few days. Yes, Halloween. We got to go and do some fun stuff with one of our best friends, and she had a list. Probably a 2-page list of all the trunk or treats, fall festivals, who's got what going on, what time, what address, she had a route.
She's also the one that's going to plan the perfect murder.
That's very true. This is her holiday. She absolutely loves it, and she just loves getting dressed up, just like the kids, and just go and have fun, and get some candy and whatnot.
Yeah, but your fun kind of got messed up.
Yeah, my fun kind of got messed up. So we went to one of these said fall
church. It was at a church, people.
And it was crazy. Like, everything was going great. We were having a great time. We come in, and there's all these little booths. You're kind of making like a horseshoe, and then towards the back they've got some food and tables you can go sit. It was so nice, and everybody was having so much fun. The costumes were adorable. But we're standing there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna head outside for just a second. I'll be back in a minute. So my best friend and my oldest are, staying there with the kids while they are waiting in line for something. So I come back. My best friend's not standing there, but some of the kids are. And I'm like, all right, cool. Where'd she go? And my oldest is like, oh, she had to take so-and-so to the bathroom. Okay, cool. So we're standing there, and we're just being patient. The lady behind the table is trying to get out as many cotton candies as she possibly can. And there's like 20 kids, just patiently waiting.
Yep.
And, yes. And then all of a sudden, like, we're standing there, and then it was like 3 or 4 kids just completely jumped the line in front of everyone. And there's a lady in a wheelchair in this said group that they just got in front of and went around. And the mother was telling them to. They broke line. They broke the line, y'all. Yes, they broke the line. And at first I was kind of like, whatever. Everybody's just kind of waiting patiently, and she's handling who she hands it to next kind of thing. But my daughter overheard the mom telling her kids to jump to the front. And I'm sitting here going, oh, hell no. Mm-mm. And so I was quiet for a second, and my best friend come stand back next to me, and I'm looking, and I'm just watching, and it's just boiling. And I look at her, and I'm just like, well, I guess there ain't no line anymore. Just come as you please, stand where you want. Mm-hmm. And she looks at me, and she's like, as long as, the lady in the wheelchair is not getting trampled by our kids, it's cool. They'll get theirs when they get theirs. I was like, I get that. That's cool. Well, the mom walks by.
With an attitude.
With an attitude, y'all. And automatically assumes that we said her kids ran over the lady in the wheelchair. Mm-hmm. And
selective hearing.
Exactly. And I couldn't help myself. Blossom, I couldn't help myself. I was like, I'm sorry. Why are we taking bits and pieces out of somebody's conversation that we weren't involved in? 1, I can't stand that. 2, it's rude as hell. Mm-hmm. And 3, I was trying to be the most godly woman because 1, I was in a church, 2, I'm around the kids, and I'm out in public, and I'm trying to change my ways, and I'm just sitting here going, Callie Hood is about to come out. And I'm just like, okay. She said what she said, and she's just, my kids didn't run anybody over, and I'm just kind of like,
she was making more out of it than
she was. Well, she walks around us. She's maybe 15 feet from me. My back is to her. Well, I know that if my back is to her, that my bestie next to me's got her peripherals on because she's switching hands of bags just in case something was about to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, dear Lord, please don't let this get any uglier than it is. And like the woman she was standing with, long, thick,
tarantula-looking
eyelashes. I hate to be that way, y'all, but that's just the best way to describe her. Have you ever seen, it's like a TikTok or a YouTube of the skin? This is not racist. I'm just going to make this perfectly clear. But there is a younger black gentleman who seems to be of a certain persuasion, and he is very sassy, and he has got those lashes. And it's like a funny video where like somebody says something to him and he's just kind of batting his lashes going like, you know, I mean, just giving you that side eye of like, are you seriously talking to me? Bat. Are you seriously talking? That's how she was. And so I'm telling you.
And the hand on the hip. And
the hand in
the air.
And so I just like popped my head over just a little bit because, you know, my friend's head's right here and she's shorter. So I just popped it over a little bit and I'm locking eyes with her. And I smile and I'm like, you can look at me all you want, boo-boo. I was like, this is a church function. Y'all should remember that. And they're just running their mouth. And then my daughter walked by, my oldest walked by, and heard the mom saying, I'm about to, you know what, beat her. And I'm just like, bet.
I would have paid to see that because that lady would have been
bet. And I was just like, I'm not doing that in a church. Let's go out to the parking lot.
A less holy area.
Oh, gosh. But, hey, you know what? God was in the middle of that because it would have went a lot worse if the old Tish would have responded.
Well, I'm very proud of you. But
Thank you.
The thing. It's like it used to be like when I was growing up, parents would wait on the sidewalk, the kids would go up to the doors, there was always trick-or-treating going on. I mean, all the neighborhoods, all the houses. And it's like now you can't find neighborhoods where they're trick-or-treating because all the kids are going out places to like the trunk-or-treats or festivals, which is fine.
Right.
But then they get you on, they have these signs for a big family festival. Come celebrate the fall festival and all this kind of stuff. And I took the kids yesterday and drove all the way out there. They had 2 bouncy houses for kids to play in, and the rest of it was just booths where you buy stuff. There was no hayride, there was no pony ride, there was
nothing to it.
There was nothing like what you normally see at a fall festival.
Right.
And so I felt so bad because the kids were disappointed. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
And then I had to run into people, and I just hate that. So.
Yeah, before we went to that fall festival, we stopped at another church, and it was so cool. I mean, even with it raining outside, they had a covered patio area, and everybody had their own little small booth, simple games, stuff for them to just have fun with. And it was really awesome. It was a Toy Story theme. So all the people that were working the booths were all in different Toy Story characters. It was so cool.
Was anybody Bo?
I think there was a Bo Peep there. That's what I was going to tell you. Okay, so I normally do not approve of trashy Halloween costumes for women. Okay?
Okay, but there was obviously a cool one. So
there was. I've never been secure in myself to wear something like that. I've always wanted to, be like the hot chicks and wear the cute Halloween outfits.
The kick butt ones.
Yes.
The ones that
and
kick butt.
So I'm kind of like, I was torn because she did look trashy at a church event.
Good.
But from the back, baby, she was busted. I loved it. She was a strawberry cupcake. She had little white silky bloomers, almost like she looked like a doll.
Oh.
And she had the cutest little pink knee highs with her shoes. And then she had the whole outfit, the white apron, the pink top, like she was all decked out, had the wig and everything. I never got to see the front of her, but I wanted to go up and take a picture and I told my husband, I was like, do you think she would get weirded out if I asked if I could take a picture of her or with her? And he was like, go ask. And then I never did.
People are flattered. Okay, so me and my youngest, we go to a convention every year, and it's a Yamacon. And
Yeah.
so everybody dresses up.
Right.
And we've done it this will be our 9th year.
I was going to say, it's been a while.
And so a lot of the younger kids, their parents will dress up too.
Yeah.
And I love it because they'll be like in a theme or like the one that stands out the most was there's this little girl. She was probably 8 or 9, and she was dressed as some sort of starship trooper kind of thing.
Okay.
And her dad was a vet, and so he wore his Afghanistan
military uniform.
Yeah, his military with all of his.
That's what my husband did. He wore all his gear.
And so they were both soldiers, but just obviously different kinds of soldiers.
Yeah.
But it was really cute. And so I try to dress up because I feel like the oddball because I'm the only one that doesn't have a costume sometimes, And but there's this. So if anybody has ever seen the show Home Improvement, have you ever seen that show?
Tim Allen.
Yes. Okay. So everybody knows the neighbor. You never see his face.
Yes.
And he's always talking at the fence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was this man, and he was there with his granddaughter, and he had on a hat and some overalls, and he was carrying around a piece of a fence. And he was the neighbor. And so I thought a bunch of us adults were just laughing every time he would walk by, and the kids didn't get it because they haven't seen the show.
Right. They didn't grow up in that.
And I had my steampunk outfit on, which I actually looked good in. I really did look good
I love
that
it
year.
when you wear that.
And so he was like, I was like, can I take your picture? Because at conventions, it's customary to ask permission. And
right.
Everybody's flattered. They're flattered that you want a picture with their costume, And I was like, can I have a picture? And he goes, well, I don't know. I've never had a steampunk behind my fence. How about you come back behind my fence? And so I'm cracking up the whole time, and Chloe's taking the pictures, but she's just the whole time she's going, I don't get it.
Oh
I
my
don't get
God.
it. And I'm like, this is so funny. If you had just seen the show, you would know.
Let me see. Yes, I absolutely. That was probably one of my favorite shows growing up. Was Tim Allen.
Now it's on, late night TV, and I'll catch myself watching it every now and then, and it still makes me laugh. And did you know that he was in prison before he started doing that show?
Wilson.
Mr.
Wilson.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes. That is so funny.
But
wait, who was?
Tim Allen.
What?
Okay, so Tim Allen was always kind of like the class clown. That's kind of what he was known for in school,
Yeah.
Well, he got himself into some trouble with drugs. Not that he was using the drugs, but he just found himself hanging out with the wrong crowd and kind of got into some trouble.
Guilty by association.
Yes. And so he was sent to prison. Well, he had always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, and he thought the only way he was going to survive prison was to try and get these guys to laugh. Because he was like, I was surrounded by some really angry people.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so
totally
he was,
serious.
I want to say it was less than 10 years.
Yeah.
That he was given 10 years, but he didn't have to serve the full 10 years. Like good behavior.
Got
or
out
something
early.
Like that.
Yeah.
And it was just like within the year after he got out is when he got discovered and started doing Home Improvement.
Wow.
But that was such, and he'll talk about, the fact that his life was going in one direction and how God had a plan.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was really
and
cool.
look how far he's come. I mean, he's known for his shows, even shifting gears
and his voice acting with
Toy Story.
Yes, Buzz Lightyear.
Yes,
he's Buzz. Yeah,
absolutely. That is
but
an iconic
he's very
voice.
talented, and he still does stand up comedy too.
Well,
you can still go see him.
He says what he means. He sticks
and
by
he's
what he
clean.
says. Yes,
he's clean. He doesn't have to put a bunch of garbage in there for it to be funny.
Yeah. And I think that's what I enjoy the most, is being able to listen to a comedian without all of the cussing and dirty jokes and whatnot. I mean, you can talk about all kinds of different things and make it fun and enjoyable for a family.
For instance, there's this. So I've discovered, I don't know if you would technically call them podcasts, because it's like a story, and it's like radio theater.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're kind of envisioning everything in your head.
Yeah.
So you've got the sounds, like if they're at a restaurant, you've got the sounds of the restaurant going in the background, or, they open a door, it's got the sound. So you're really playing it in your head as you're listening to it. I'm so into this story. It's got so many twists and turns. As soon as I think I've got it figured out, they throw another curveball in there, and I'm like, oh, I'm blown away. But they say GD a lot.
Yeah, that would turn me
and
off.
I find that very offensive. And it's like that one thing.
Yeah.
If it didn't have that one thing, I would love to share that show with other people, because I think they'd find it fascinating. Mm-hmm. But I'm embarrassed to, because I'm offended because it says GD.
Right.
And I'm like, why? Why can't they just say, damn it? Mm-hmm. And that be sufficient enough?
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, why do you have
Biscuits
to make
and gravy.
Exactly. Why do you have to make it so...
provocative?
Yes. It bothers me. But it's a really good show.
Good deal.
And I just hate that, though. So, I'm thinking about writing a letter.
I'm sure they'd love it. Mm-hmm. We have a couple people that write into us, and we greatly appreciate those that write in with their stories and their questions and just needing to vent and get some advice. We greatly appreciate those people, and we want you guys to continue doing that. If there's a topic you want to talk about, or you're going through something specific, I mean, send it through the email.
A funny story to share.
Yeah, send it through the email. We want to listen. We want to share with others, some funny stories, or something that you learned during a hard
battle that you've gone through.
Exactly.
And you can help. Your advice could help someone else going through the same situation.
Absolutely. Your mess could be your message, and everything that you went through, and being able to share that with others and letting people know that they're not the only one. There's others out there that have been through something similar.
And sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you don't need somebody to fix your situation. You just need to know that there's somebody out there that has been there,
and you're not alone.
Done that.
Yeah.
They survived.
Absolutely.
And you can feed off of how they survived, how they got through it. And I feel like if you've been through something, you're a better witness to someone. Just like, okay, you're married to someone in the military.
Yeah.
So if there was another military wife out there,
I'd be able
you
to
would
relate.
be a better help to her than I would, because I don't have a husband in the military.
Right.
So do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Each
for sure.
person has
their own strength.
Your mission field is your backyard.
It's your story. Yeah, absolutely.
And so, there may be listeners out there that have a really awesome story to tell.
Yeah.
And they don't have a platform to do it. Write in and
let
us share your story.
Absolutely. Dear Blossom Tish, kind of like your Dear Abby kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Just write in and talk to us. I mean, we love hearing these stories. We love to hear our feedback from others, and just kind of encourage one another and love one another, because the world nowadays is awful. It's ugly. It's nasty. It's not beautiful anymore, and we have to work so hard to be able to look and find still the beautiful things that God has put out there, because there's so much negative.
But just like how you had to put on the better, you had to be the better person the other night at the festival, I feel like that's like every day. Like if you go to the store and people will, run up in front of you and they've got a big buggy full of stuff, and you've got 2 things, and you're thinking, how can somebody be that cruel?
Right.
But maybe nobody has shown them kindness.
Right.
Maybe nobody...
You never know what they're going through.
Exactly. So if you can't find kindness, be the kindness.
Yeah, I love that. There's situations at previous jobs. You never know what your coworkers are going through, even your bosses, because church and state, you keep it separate, But just letting someone know that you're there if they need someone to talk to, even if you don't want a response, honey, you got an ear. I will listen, and while I'm listening, I'm going to be praying over this for you.
Yes, because sometimes you can just call up your best friend and be like, I don't need advice. I don't need answers. I
Give
don't
me
need
15
you to
minutes
fix
to
this.
vent.
I need you to let me vent. Let me get this off my chest, or I'm going to go postal.
Yeah.
And then you feel better after you get it off your chest. It doesn't change anything, but you feel better.
Absolutely. And that way you're not taking it out on the people closest to you. And we always end up doing that. And it's always stress from work, or, you know.
And then you've got them thinking, did they do something wrong?
Exactly.
What did they, you know, and it had nothing to do with them.
And it's hard. And Lord knows that, especially now, we're in November now. Happy birthday, Sissy. It's my Sissy's birthday today.
Aww.
But we are in November now. We're getting ready to come up to Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. And with a lot that's happened this past year in all of our families, a lot of losses, the holidays are going to be different this year.
Yes.
And I'm reaching out to the people that are enduring that right now. Like, you're used to having your spouse with you through the holidays, and, you know, now you're having to experience this in a completely different way. My encouragement for you is, if you are in that type of situation, that someone near and dear, or your partner or parent or aunt, whoever it was this year that has passed, I don't want you thinking about it in a negative light.
Right.
I want you to use that as a positive, especially for you.
Yes.
Okay?
Because Daddy is celebrating the holidays with Jesus.
And
Daddy,
you know what?
I'm
jealous of it, because he's got the best view. He's got God wrapped around him.
I know, but it's just, this will be my very first. All the first are coming up in the next few months.
Yeah.
The first Thanksgiving without Daddy, the first Christmas without Daddy, the first New Year's.
Yeah.
My first birthday of my whole entire life that I won't have my daddy calling me at 12:01 to wish me happy birthday.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I can't imagine how hard it is on my mom.
Yeah.
You know, and on my sister. So I think this year I'm giving myself a little bit of grace.
Absolutely.
And if I need to cry, I'm going to cry.
Yep.
I'm not going to hold it in.
Yep.
Because I just need to go through the motions. And if I feel the need to cry, or if I feel the need to scream or something, then I'm going to find me a room and I'm going to go do it.
Have all the feelings.
Because I don't want to really do that in front of my mom or my sister and make them emotional.
Because you try to be the rock in the room.
I want to keep it upbeat and talk about the funny memories with Daddy and the silly pictures he would take, and, you know, that
make it
kind
a
of stuff.
good time to reflect on the happiest of moments that you've had with him. And
we've tried to come up with some games that we're going to play that'll be fun. And, you know, it'll just stuff to keep it moving along, so that it's not just unwrapping the presents and then it's over. Just trying to do lots of stuff that's going to create a lot of laughter, so that we're laughing more than we're. And if we cry a little, that's okay.
Yeah. Tears
but
are
I
healing.
want us to be happy. I want us to have a good time together, because Daddy would want us to have a good time.
Absolutely.
Daddy would not want us to be all sad and
it's
sullen.
perfectly fine to have all those feelings and to miss him. You miss him.
I do. I miss him so stinking much.
But we also know that we're going to see him again soon.
Yes.
And that gives me a very big peace, you know, just over my mind and everything else, especially with people in my life. It gives me a sense of peace, knowing, one, they're no longer in pain, they're no longer suffering here on earth.
Right.
They have the best seat right now.
Yeah.
And they're watching over us, and we carry them in our hearts no matter where we go. So they're always with us.
I mean, I was talking about Daddy the other day to a stranger as though Daddy were still alive.
Yeah.
There was a man in front of me, and he said something, and I was like, oh, my daddy would say, gotta find the joy in that, or something like that, you know. And it was just a small comment, but I was like, wow, I mean, sometimes I forget that he's gone.
Yeah.
Because it just,
But you know what?
I'm still not used to it. It's still too soon.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel.
But my advice to you would be to continue saying those things.
Yeah.
Daddy used to say this. Daddy used to say that.
My daddy loved that. And,
Absolutely.
I stopped at a deli to get lunch the other day, and because I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to eat during the day, and
she doesn't do very well, y'all. I gotta remind her to hydrate too.
And so the lady that was fixing the food, she made a comment about how I always have extra onions on everything. And she said, "Have you ever had a peanut butter and onion sandwich?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, my dad used to eat those all the time."
Oh my gosh.
But I never would try it. Daddy would.
It sounds gross.
It does sound gross, and I love peanut butter. I love onion, but I don't think I'd like them together. But
yeah.
Daddy ate that.
Wow.
And I'd never met anybody else, and I thought that was so cool that she ate sandwiches like my daddy.
How funny. Oh my
I know
gosh.
This has just gone totally off
I
topic.
love that,
we were
though.
talking about Halloween, and now we're talking about peanut butter and onion sandwiches.
I love it, though. So when we went trick-or-treating, I went with my best friend and her kids over by their neighborhood. Not too far from their neighborhood. It was her kids' school.
Her other best friend.
My
Not
other
best friend.
My pineapple wife. So we started walking at first, and then there is a family that drives around with a tractor and a trailer with hay bales in the back, and everybody, all the kids and whatnot, get on there, and then they'll drive around the entire neighborhood, and then they'll stop, all the kids get out, they go trick-or-treating for like as far as the road will go, and then they all come back to the trailer up to the next street, you know. And it reminded me of my childhood, you know, riding around on the tractor and going trick-or-treating with a bunch of friends, and it was so nice. I didn't feel like I had to stress as much to keep an eye on my youngest, because there was adults all over the place that, you know, were watching every kid, because there was probably 10, 15 kids on that trailer. You know, there's a lot of little bodies to take care of and pay attention to. But it definitely brought me back to good times. And it was nice to be able to know that my kids could go trick-or-treating and I wouldn't have to worry. Because every year it feels like you have to be on guard all the time.
I saw the coolest thing. So you know how you can get those clips for your refrigerator that are magnetized, and so they're magnets, but they're chip clips or large paper clips. You know, they're clips. So I saw it on TikTok, and what they did was they dumped out all the candy from the bucket that their kids had gotten, and they simply took each piece and they ran the magnet over it, and if it stuck to the magnet, then that meant something was in there. So they go through about 6 or 7 pieces of various kinds of candy. You got everything from a butterscotch to a sweet tart to, you know, things you can see, to the candy bars that you can't see inside of.
Yeah.
And they get to one and it sticks. So they open it. It was a little Twix bar, the little minis.
Yeah.
And so they're opening it. It looks normal. They break it in half, and there was a nail in the middle of it.
Oh my god!
But that's how you can check your kids' candy, is with that little magnet off your refrigerator.
That.
Yeah, and that's how you can tell, because the wrapper was intact.
Yeah.
Because you know that's the main thing they used to always tell you: check the wrappers.
Yeah.
Well, now they're getting creative, and he probably just stuck that nail right through that wrapper, and that way it didn't mess with the wrapper or anything. And it was a really long. It was the length of the little Twix bar.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Can you
imagine biting into that?
I just broke my tooth.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about broken teeth.
Oh my goodness, y'all! If you got some funny stories from Halloween or the fall or just anything recently, just give us a shout out on our email, bestiesonthedeck@gmail.com. And as always, you can always like and subscribe if you're liking what you're hearing. If you want to hear something different, if you want to talk about something different, you know, give us some ideas. We love hearing y'all's ideas.
So that we can know what you want and what you're interested in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
things
that
are important to them.
Yes. And with the holidays coming up, you know, a lot of people may not be in the spirit. They may have their own things going on. Just keep that in mind. You never know what someone else is going through. So don't always just react. You know,
Respond.
listen.
Don't react.
Yes, listen. Look at their their body language, their tone, actually pay attention
to
what.
Jerk,
yeah, that's true.
But more often than not, it's just somebody having a bad day.
And sometimes they just need a damn hug. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, if you just walk up to somebody that it just seems like they're just going through it and they just need to be loved on, mm-hmm. by God, just do it.
I saw a TikTok video of this girl. She was probably in her young 20s. And she was out in a very public, like, it wasn't Times Square, but kind of envision a very busy area like that. Outdoors, lots of walking traffic. And she was just going up to people and saying, "Can I just give you a hug?"
Yeah.
And some people, look at her like,
"What the heck?"
No. And then some people are like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Thank you, I just needed a hug." And they were like, "Thank you, that did something for me too." And I kind of felt sorry for the people that just kind of looked at her like she was crazy, because I'm like, everybody feels better after a hug.
A 20-second hug releases serotonin and helps relieve stress, mm-hmm. and depression and anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, every single morning my husband goes to work, I will hold him, mm-hmm. give him a hug, and then I will start praying over him. I always thank God for waking us up in the morning. Please keep him safe on his way to work. Let things go smoothly at work. And protect him while he's there, because there have been numerous times that he could have gotten hurt. And by God, he covered him, and he was, you couldn't even explain it, kind of thing. And I'm telling you, it makes a difference to start your day off in a positive light and being thankful. Next episode, I definitely think we're going to go over thankfulness.
Yes.
So I think just changing our mindset and just trying to be a decent human being and aware.
Be more aware of spreading the kindness.
Absolutely. Instead of feeding into the negative.
Yes, people feed off of your energy just like we feed off of others. And if there's somebody really negative around,
it affects everyone.
You got to step up and be the positive.
Yeah, it affects everyone for sure. Well, all right, that is going to be it for episode 9, y'all. And we thank you guys for listening again.
Thanks so much.
Hit that like button, subscribe. We're going to have some more material coming soon. We greatly appreciate y'all. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
We love y'all. We hope you guys have an amazing week, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye.